Well, I hardly know what to tell you about the following half hour and the human drama that follows. Explain it, we cannot, but it has been fully documented. And to the man and the cat to whom it happened, well, they know, they believe, they took that next step beyond into the world of traditional shaving. Isn't that right, Sarge? Well, hello there. I've already prepped my face with the Village Barber shaving oil. Well, I probably don't need this shirt anymore. I just put this on to look fancy for the introduction, you know. My razor today is going to be this. It's a twist to open. It is adjustable, an adjustable feather razor. It's only got 2 settings. I don't know if you can see that there on the end, but it's 1 and 2. There's a little lever here. I'm going to start out on the more aggressive 2 setting because I've got about 3 days almost worth of growth here, about 2.5 days maybe. And my soap is going to be this. I've only used this once. It's still new to me. It is the Extro Repubblica di Genova, right there. It looks nice, and it's a nice soap. And I've lathered my Simpson Trafalgar T3 synthetic brush, and I went ahead and bowl lathered because this way I don't need to go back to the puck if the brush ends up not holding as much lather as I would like it to. So we got that to start out with. Also, I wanted to mention that in my razor, I have on what will be its 3rd use, oops, the little thing was falling out of there, this thing here. It's a feather high stainless blade. It'll be, like I said, on its 3rd use. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to lather up my face. I hope you're all doing well out there. And here we go. These Extro soaps made in Italy, Extro products, are very nice. I got this from an American vendor, I forget which one. So I didn't have to pay the rather exorbitant price of having it mailed from Italy. Because when that happens, you might pay as much for the postage as you would for the products. Okay, and we'll do pass number 1, which will be with the grain. Oh wow. Yeah, even on 3rd or perhaps even the 4th use, these very sharp feather blades will just they'll just begin to mow down the stubble. And even though this is a pretty light razor, and even on the more aggressive setting, it's it's a little bit mild, even milder on the less aggressive setting, of course. So even with this relatively light, mostly plastic razor, I'm going to have to use a lighter touch, which you should do anyway when you shave this way. Going to try. I know I go for BBS and I probably overdo it, overshave. Do a bit of a diagonal Gillette slide there. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and rinse the razor. go above the upper lip here. Trying to get all the stubble without overdoing it. Okay, go on to the neck here. So far, a very comfortable, very nice shave so far. But yeah, having used this soap one time before, I don't remember it being terribly strong in scent. But it's a nice scent, like I said, pleasant, and like all of the Extro soaps I've used, it performs well. So, and I'll be right back, and then we'll go across the grain. Okay, now we're going to go across the grain. And I've dialed this down to the #1 setting, which I will probably keep it at for the remainder of the shave. Feather blade on its third use in this inexpensive feather adjustable razor, which is slightly like the non-adjustable feather popular razor, also an inexpensive but decent razor, except this one has one extra setting, which is a little bit more aggressive. So you can have it at the 1 or the 2 setting. The 2 setting, #2, is more aggressive. So I'll flip the razor over and go over here. Excuse me. I don't know if you could hear that, but I was down here especially hearing quite a bit of audio feedback still. I noticed lately, for some reason, maybe it's always been this way and I just didn't notice it, but it seems like I have to go over even more spots when I go across the grain, especially on my cheeks here. I'm gonna rinse the razor again. Okay, I'll go ahead and go to my chin here. Okay, I'll go up above the upper lip here. Okay, rinse time for the razor again. Onto the neck and underneath the chin. And here, right in here too. Pretty mild razor, but very efficient blade. I usually only use feather blades in pretty mild razors. And for me, using a sharp blade, very sharp blade sometimes, in a mild razor seems to work the best for my hair growth and skin type, I guess. Quite some time ago, someone in one of the Facebook groups was asking, maybe even put up a poll about it. Do you use mild blades in aggressive razors, or aggressive blades in mild razors, or mild blades in mild razors, or aggressive blades in aggressive razors? How do you shave? And I just said, I'm sorry I can't articulate it any better, but for me, a sharp, aggressive, I guess you could say, blade in an aggressive razor with a lot of blade gap, I suppose, seems to work best for me, almost always. I don't know if you can hear that, but I keep shaving over the same spot here because I'm still hearing some audio feedback. Let's see. Okay, that's it for that pass. I'll be right back for a third pass against the grain. Okay, I did go back to the bowl, but I didn't have to go back to the tub to get a little bit more lather. I don't even know if that was necessary. But anyway, I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to start on my neck for this pass, as I am wont to do on the third pass. Even though I can sometimes get 4 or more uses out of these sharp feather blades, I'm debating over whether to change this blade out after this shave. Usually when I shave, I have no more than 2 days worth of growth, but this time I started out with 3 days worth, and it seemed to make a little bit of a difference. This blade may be a little tuggier now than it was the first 2 uses, which I guess is to be expected perhaps of any blade, but it's not uncomfortably so. The reason I might go ahead and stretch this out for another shave in here is I need to order more feather blades. I don't have very many. I may only have one left after this. So while I still have somewhat of a shaving budget, I probably ought to order maybe a whole sleeve of feather blades. I do have some feather blades that won't fit in one of these ordinary double-edged razors. I have some that are good for certain kinds of single-edge razors. Which are also, interestingly enough, about the only blades currently being made that will fit in an old Valet auto strop razor. I think they're called the Feather FS10 blades or something like that. Maybe there's an FS5 or something. Might be the same blade but fewer in a pack or something. I can't quite remember. Oh, I got to turn this razor over and now I'll get this side of my face. Almost forgot to turn the razor over. Don't want to use the gunked up side any further until I rinse it out. Really nice shave so far. And after doing this area here, I will just have touch-ups or pickups to do, that will be on the neck, below the, well, on the neck and below the chin here. Those of you that have been in this hobby for a while and do it the way people that do videos tend to do it, 3 passes plus touch-ups or pickups, if you prefer to call it that. You already know the drill. And you may or may not shave exactly like this. Some people that do videos will occasionally, just depending on the type of razor and blade, maybe only do 2 passes. I saw Ken Surfs, I think, only do 2 passes on one of his videos. I believe it might have been the first time he used, oh, no, I can't think of the name of the razor. I have one. Oh, the Yulay R41, very aggressive razor. Or he might have already had the razor, and it might have been the first time he used a feather blade in one of those, a very sharp blade in an aggressive razor. I don't remember exactly. You'd have to scroll through his videos or just ask him if he remembers that. I'll be right back for touch-ups or pickups. Well, hey, Sarge, you know what time it is? It's pickup time there, buddy. It's pickup time. How about that? Okay, pickup time. You might hear I have the radio on in the other room. An old tube radio that has been refurbished, which came from an eBay vendor in Canada. At one time, a long time ago, as is still, I think, the case in the UK, Canada made its residents pay a small tax in order to own a radio, but I think it was sometime maybe just before the Second World War or just after they changed that, and you no longer had to pay a tax to own and operate a radio. And I guess they used to have some way, just like I guess the UK has a way of knowing if you're operating a radio or TV without having paid for your permit. But they had some old-fashioned way of doing it. Now maybe they could do it through fiber optics or cable or just, through the air or whatever. But I think oops, I did get myself there. There's a little weeper there. But they had like cars that drove around, and I think had possibly some device that could tell maybe if you were. Anyway, let me rinse the razor one more time. I'm talking too much. Let's see, I'm just gonna check. Well, now I'm just gilding the proverbial lily because this is BBS. Hopefully some cold water will get rid of this one weeper I got up here. So I'll be right back. I'm going to dry off now with the Mr. New towel. The old Mr. Towel's still around, but he's getting kind of frayed. And this is a nice Brook linen Turkish cotton towel. Very nice. And I got a really good deal on a couple of these Turkish cotton hand towels, like just $10 for 2 of them. I don't even remember if there was any postage. If there was, it wasn't very much. And one towel that would be inferior to these will cost you $10 US at one of the big box stores a lot of times. So I got 2 of these for $10 and change. And postage that was either so slight or maybe non-existent. Maybe they included postage, I can't remember, but it wasn't much, whatever it was. So I'll put the towel back where it goes, and I'll do a brief recap, and I'll put the finishing touches on the shave here. Yeah, it's a very comfortable towel to use. Okay, well, off camera, before I got started, I prepped my face with Village Barber shaving oil. My razor has been this somewhat adjustable, twist to open. It's the feather adjustable razor with just 2 settings. Started off first pass on the number 2, more aggressive setting, and the remainder of the shave was at number 1 setting, milder. My soap has been this Extro Repubblica di Genova, made in Italy. My brush was this. It is the Simpson Trafalgar T3 synthetic brush. I went ahead and lathered up. I didn't say what bowl this is, but it's the Van Yulay honeycomb. Well, it's the Van Yulay shaving bowl with the honeycombed interior. And they also make those in like a softer, collapsible model too, I think. Also, I always seem to forget, or I wait until last to tell you, oops, the little label fell out of there. But let me put that back in there if I can. It's a feather high stainless blade I used in that razor, and it was on its third use. Okay, now I'm going to reach over here for some of the Thayers Lavender Witch Hazel. And wow, I'm running over. This video might run over time. I'll have to do some major editing. I'm way over, been talking too much. Very nice. No alcohol in this. It's a Thayers Lavender Witch Hazel. Now, I think I'm going to use the next two products together at the same time. In lieu of a balm at the end, I'm going to use some of this 444 clear shaving gel, which has no scent. I'm going to have to buy some more of that soon, because it doesn't come in a very big tube. Okay, I got that in my hand here, and I'm going to use some of the matching Extro Repubblica di Genova. It's the Eau de Toilette Cologne. Is that what that says? Or emollient? Anyway, I'm going to use some of this. See, it has a sprayer on it. Oops. I'm going to get it going the right way. Sprayed it into the air. Okay. And I'm going to mix that up like it says to do with this gel and any aftershave. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the temples, behind the ears, back of the neck, a little bit on the wrists here. And we're good to go. I feel good and I smell great. I'll talk to you next time. And again, that was the matching, it's the Eau de Toilette for the Republica di Genova from Italy, from Extro of Italy. And once again, the 444 shaving gel. I think I've got that upside down. I'll see you later. Running over. Bye.